Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Sudden Wealth. It's a pleasure to come back. And today I would like to discuss a topic that actually I didn't participate in, but it's such an interesting phenomenon. The so-called meme stocks, right? Which to some degree you can say they are somewhat correlated to crypto, but at least to some portions of it. But it was a fascinating event. I mean, we all know on the 29th of June, there's going to come up the settlement decision for AMC. Yeah, I'm sorry to say, I do think there's going to be a settlement agreement, and will probably be well below Ape's expectations, unfortunately. Look, I'm in principle always on your side. I do believe AMC, although there is some nefarious actions from hedge funds, from please don't even bring up the SEC, because that guy, I really hope he gets fired as soon as possible, because he's damaging. Just forget about AMC and specific stocks, but entire industries and the American leadership in those industries. It's amazing how a single guy can create so much damage. It's completely amazing to me. I do think the apes have been most likely tricked, because if you look at that chart, it looks like a classic pump and dump. I mean, now that you have some emotional distance and some time distance around it, if you look at, forget about the ticker symbol, forget about the AMC, just call it ABC, XYZ, 1, 2, 3, 4 stock, whatever. And you look at it and say, this looks like a freaking pump and dump. It was in 2021, where everyone was going crazy. A lot of people started buying. Then all of a sudden, these articles start to pop up. Oh, squeeze this, squeeze that. I mean, but who puts out those articles? I'm very convinced that the people that bought AMC at $1 or $2. So you see this in the crypto world quite often, like influencers or venture capital firms. They participate in these pre-private sales, and then all of a sudden they have secured their position. And then you start seeing articles, crypto news, market watch, YouTube videos by influencers, one after the other. Oh my God, this is going to happen. AMC is the next, or this crypto is the next. It's going to pump to the moon, etc. And then you see a huge pump. The people that got in very early all became very wealthy, and they start dumping quite aggressively. And in the case of companies, it's even worse, because then you start to have insiders dumping by the millions on top of the people saving their company, which unfortunately is not illegal. It's just completely morally bankrupt and ethically deplorable. But in theory, they are allowed to sell their own shares. So can you really fault them for doing that from a legal perspective? Yeah, I don't think so. I do believe the CEO of AMC is a complete buffoon. I think he's been a buffoon for a long time. That's a guy who's trying to squeeze every ounce of energy out of his shareholder base as much as he can. He doesn't give a shit. He gets paid $23 million per year. He's going to probably be increased to 27, 28 to run a business that burns cash like there's no tomorrow. I mean, it's just a disgrace. But I do think the apes, this is actually, you see a lot of manipulation in this, and then but manipulation not in the sense of hedge funds, but people that go in very early in this place, and then they start to pay for articles, pay for videos on YouTube. So basically, you start having this echo chamber of made up news and articles with the sole purpose of convincing you to deploy all your money into it, and then so they can start selling, so they can make you exit liquidity. Now, do I think that there's corruption on the hedge funds part? I have no doubt that there is, and I can guarantee you that the SEC couldn't give less importance to that. But yeah, it's a very unfortunate situation. It's not let's say it's not the first time, will not be the last time. And after a while, you start seeing all these people that pumped AMC for 1 or 2 years to start to disappear. But for those 2 years, not content with convincing you to get in, basically using you as exit liquidity, they will use you as ad revenue driver for them as well. So what they will do is they will create a lot of conspiracy stories back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, to basically, because if you bought late, you are in a lot of stress, you are in a lot of pain. So you want to hear stories about how none of this is your fault, how you've been tricked and manipulated, how you are part of an army of the resistance to some degree. So they will come up with things like the SEC is targeting the hedge funds. Of course they aren't. Then the SEC is against the apes. Then this guy has confirmed the MOAs. That guy has confirmed there's no MOAs. This guy just uncovered the truth about something, and then he didn't uncover anything. And the idea is to keep you interested. And since they know that you're desperate, is to keep you on the hook, to watch these videos over and over and over again, just give them ad revenue. I mean, you have these, you all know who they are, right? They even have opposite messages. Like the MOAs is confirmed, $1,000 per share. 1 hour later, the MOAs will never happen, bankruptcy confirmed. And the idea is to keep feeding you the same thing over and over again. And then when people are losing interest, is to bring up some conspiracy theories. This has been proven. Nothing has been proven. This has been uncovered, of course, etc. And the idea is purely simple: to, after convincing you to go very heavy on AMC or on GME or whatever and use you as exit liquidity, the next step is to keep you interested for as much time as possible to collect ad revenue out of you. It's very sad. It's very sad to see, but unfortunately, yeah, in the crypto world, this actually happens more often than you would think, and more often than stocks. But stocks, you can see it in certain pockets. So look, I hope things end up doing well. At least if you lose money, I hope you don't lose much money. I hope you have a relief rally, that you go up maybe to the mid-teens, and maybe you can cut your losses. It's preferable to lose 5,000 than to lose 50,000. So, at the end of the day, I really hope you do very well, and I hope everything goes well. But yeah, that's my take on it. So see you in the next one. And if you could drop a like and subscribe, that'd be very, very good for the channel. And see you in the next one.